Good morning, students. Welcome to the learning of English. In today's video, we will take up worksheet number 4 and it is related to Real English course book. So we will solve a worksheet, basically question answers, related to a chapter from Real English course book. So this is going to be your worksheet number 4. Before we start, you need to take out your Real English textbook as we will do a short recap of the chapter on which we are going to solve the worksheet. So before solving the worksheet, you should know the story about the chapter. So please take out your Real English course book. Turn to chapter number 2, The Seed. We are going to solve a worksheet about chapter number 2, The Seed. But before we start with the worksheet, I will quickly recap the chapter, The Seed. Now the story, The Seed, is about an emperor, a boy whose name is Chun, and a seed, which is the prop of the story, around which the story revolves. So you can say it is the central theme of the story. As we read the chapter, as we begin, we come to know that the story was placed in China and the story is very old. There was a wise emperor. After ruling for quite a long time, successfully ruling after quite a long time, he became old. His black hair had turned into white, just like new fallen snow. And it was time for him to choose a successor. Now, because he was a king, he was wealthy, and he had a big empire, a big kingdom. His family was also vast. He had sons and grandsons. But he did not feel like choosing anyone as his successor because all the family members in his family, they had become lazy due to the power that they had and of course wealth. So one day he thought that he needs to choose a successor from someone outside the family. So he decided to tell his subjects to announce with the help of loud drums that all the young men of his town, they should gather at the top of the mountain where a temple is situated. These young men all arrived at the temple, and the emperor was sitting on his magnificent throne. And finally, he made his announcement. He told them that now the time has come that he has to choose the next successor. Now, usually, this did not ever happen that the young townsmen were called and a public announcement like this was made. So the people gathered over there were surprised and shocked, as nothing like this had ever happened before. The emperor said that there was a task for them to solve, on the basis of which he is going to choose the next successor. So in a golden bowl, there were seeds filled in. And these seeds were set it out for the crowd. Each one of them had to take a seed from that golden bowl and had to plant that seed in their pot. After 1 year, they had to bring that plant back to the temple. So each one of them, they took this seed. Now amongst this crowd is one of the characters of our story, the boy named Chun. Now this young boy also took a seed from the golden bowl and he carefully selected it. Now because he was a very young boy, he took his time and he carefully selected a seed. He holded this seed very tightly in his fist and directly ran home to tell his mother what had happened in the temple. The boy was excited and also the mother was excited. Seeing the excitement in the atmosphere, his mother gave him a beautiful blue and white porcelain bowl. So what did Chun do? In that bowl, he placed pebbles. Pebbles are a smaller version of stones. And then he put some soil in the bowl. And he very tenderly, with very careful hands, he planted the seed. Every day, very carefully, he used to water the seed and kept on waiting to see it sprout. He talked to the plant. He kept on pushing the soil. But weeks passed and still his seed did not sprout. So he thought that something was wrong either with the seed or the way he had planted the seed. He did not give up. He saw other people transplanting the original plants into big containers, and his own seed had still not grown. So he ran to the temple again and prayed for a miracle, that whatever mistake was happening till now, which did not allow the seed to sprout, some miracle should happen so that that mistake is rectified. 6 months went like this. He kept on watering, kept on looking and talking, went to the temple, but the seed did not sprout. And there was nothing grown in that blue and white porcelain bowl. So he thought that he might now have killed the seed. He might have watered a lot to the plant. He kept on wondering. All around in the village, the people seemed very happy. Their plants had already grown to a certain height. And Chun thought that his seed has still not sprouted. So 1 year like this went by, and the main day came when he had to take the plant, the ungrown seed, to the temple. So all the townsmen, they got together, they took their respective plants to the temple. But Chun went home back. He did not feel like taking the empty bowl to the temple. He told his mother that he is not going to go with this empty bowl. His mother encouraged him, saying that he had done his best, but now he should keep his promise. He had promised the king that he will bring back the bowl to the temple after a year. He was feeling embarrassed, he was feeling sad, but eventually he took his empty bowl and went to the temple. When he arrived to the top of the temple, he saw that people had big plants with them, and his bowl seemed to be empty. The seed not sprouted. There were very, very beautiful plants everywhere in the temple. The emperor came. He appreciated everyone because he saw many beautiful plants over there. He walked around and he noticed that amongst these beautiful grown plants, there was a bowl which was empty. It only had soil, but the seed did not sprout. So he questioned to his subjects and the people around that what's this? Chun tried to hide. He did not want anyone to know that it was his bowl. But the people around him pushed him ahead and made him stand in front of the king. So the king asked his name and he replied that his name was Chun. He was very afraid to stand in front of the king. The king questioned that why he had brought an empty bowl in front of him when it should have been a full-grown plant. So Chun hesitantly replied that his seed did not sprout and that he failed for the task that was assigned to him by the king. The king laughed and he said that actually he had not failed. And he brought the truth in front of everyone. He said that last year, when he gave the seeds to everyone, he had told them to plant those particular seeds. The seeds that he had given to everyone were boiled seeds. So those seeds which he gave could not have possibly grown. Everyone were shocked. The king knew that all the townsmen, they had actually transplanted that seed, exchanged that seed with some other one. So they all had lied to the king and brought their plants to the temple. The king raised his voice and loudly announced that when they found out that the seeds were not sprouting, they substituted that seed with the other seed. And this young boy Chun, he was honest and courageous enough to bring this empty bowl, the seed which did not sprout. So his seed was actually the original one which was given by the king. And therefore he decided to make Chun his next successor. So likewise, Chun became the next emperor because of his hard work, dedication, honesty, and courageousness. So this was the story about the seed. Now let us move on in doing the revision of question and answers. I want you to write down this worksheet question answers in your rough book so that you can learn them properly, along with correct spellings. Question number 1. Do you think that the emperor was wise? Yes, I think that the emperor was wise, as he ruled his kingdom till the time he was old. He now thought that he should choose a successor. Question number 2. Was the emperor young or old? How can you tell? The emperor was old. The color of his hair had turned white like new fallen snow. Question number 3. Did the emperor believe that it was all right for his heirs to be spoiled by wealth? No, the emperor did not believe that it was all right for his heirs to be spoiled by wealth. So he wanted to appoint someone from outside the family. Question number 4. Did the townsmen expect the announcement? How can you tell? The townsmen did not expect the announcement made by the king. They were shocked and whispered to each other that they haven't seen anything like this ever happen before. This is the picture of Chun happily planting his seed tenderly in the blue and white porcelain bowl. Question number 5. How was the gathering called? The gathering was called by the sound of loud drums. Question number 6. How did Chun carry the seed home? What does it tell you about him? Chun selected the seed carefully from the golden bowl. He holded the seed tightly in his fist and ran home to tell his mother. It tells us that Chun was obedient and serious about doing the task given by the king. Question number 7. What made Chun think that something was wrong with his seed? Chun thought that something was wrong with his seed. He planted the seed tenderly and carefully watered it every day. But the seed did not sprout. Question number 8. Do you think Chun believed in God and miracles? Yes, I think that Chun believed in God and miracles. After watering the seed for long, the seed still did not sprout. So Chun thought that something is wrong. He went to the temple and prayed for a miracle so that the seed would grow. Question number 9. What thoughts came in his mind when he saw others' plants growing in a healthy manner? When he saw others' plants growing in a healthy manner, he thought that he might have killed the seed with too much of water. Question number 10. Did Chun wish to go to the temple after the year was over? No, Chun did not wish to go to the temple after the year was over. Question 11. What was Chun's reaction when the emperor wanted to know who owned the blue and white bowl? When the emperor wanted to know who owned the blue and white bowl, Chun felt sad and embarrassed. He tried to hide himself among the crowd, but the ones near him laughed and pushed him forward. Question number 12. What did the emperor decide? The emperor decided to make Chun the next emperor. Question 13. Was his plan a good one? Yes, it was a good plan. Chun was an honest and courageous person. Question 14. What is the moral of the story? The moral of the story is that one should be honest and courageous. Hard work with honesty brings out positive results. The story teaches us the value of honesty. This is the picture after a year when the happy townsmen gathered in the temple with their grown plants. Thank you for watching the learning video. I hope you will revise, write all the question answers of this worksheet in your rough book and learn them by heart, along with correct spellings. You can subscribe to the channel on YouTube and follow the playlist to watch all the videos. Thank you for watching the video.